Hey everyone, time for another episode of Day in Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. It is Friday. Hope everyone had a good week. Had a good week here in the shop, pretty productive. New project came in, all kinds of good stuff. So let's talk about my day in sequential order here. So I started off messing around with the EV. By the way, I have driven it, but just kind of around the parking lot, moving the car in and out of the shop and stuff. So doesn't really count as a full-fledged test drive, but I have moved it around some. It's weird. I have to admit, it feels strange to not have a motor making glorious motor sounds. And it's like, well, it's on, but you don't hear anything, and then you push the throttle and it moves. It's taken my gasoline powered brain a little bit of processing here on this thing. But anyway, I started off working on this. So just double check the alignment. And one thing that I've noticed with this car, just moving it around, is that the turning radius kind of sucks. Like, our spaces are kind of tight around here, and moving this thing around, it's like I feel like I've been having to do more like multi-point turns than I would on a normal Beetle, and so started kind of crawling around up underneath the front of it today and looking at what was happening when I would go to the extents of the steering. And basically what was happening was these big fat 6-inch Fuchs on the front with 195 low profile tires, which are themselves also pretty wide. When you turn, what was happening was the inside of the tire, say on this side, if you were turning left, it was actually hitting the torsion arm up underneath there, the lower torsion arm. The tire would basically hit it, and that was what was limiting the steering. So that's a pretty easy fix. Basically move the wheels out that way, which just means spacers. And so what I did was I actually borrowed one of the spacers briefly off the back of the cowlook car. That car, of course, also has Fuchs on it, so it's the right lug pattern. And those were 3/8 of an inch spacers. And so I put one on this side here and checked, and boom, all of a sudden way more steering. So problem pretty much solved. So I have a set of spacers for this car on order now, and then for the 3/8 inch spacers you have to put in longer studs, so I've got those on order too. And actually I think it looks better. So right now the tires are kind of tucking in a lot for this car. So moving them out 3/8 of an inch, in addition to giving us pretty much complete steering lock to lock, is also, I think, going to make the car look better. There's just no need for these to tuck in like this. This is a 2-inch narrow beam, so 1 inch per side. And then there's disc brakes, which usually push things out a little bit, disc brakes and lowered spindles. But then the Fuchs, the 6-inch Fuchs, this style at least, they push the wheel in a lot. So putting the spacers on is going to put them out more where I think they belong. And I think the car is actually going to look better, because those are just sitting in a tad too far now. And so that will solve that problem. So hopefully I'll have those on Monday and get those on. The car will have a lot better steering, more steering, and then I'll probably start putting some miles on it. So that was my excuse for not driving it a bunch today, was that I really want to get this steering sorted out before putting a lot of miles on it. So that was pretty much a lot of my morning, was sorting that out. After that, I did get back on the 67 Beetle here and continue just tearing this thing apart. So I think yesterday I had most everything, or a lot of stuff, stripped out of here. So today pretty much went and finished the front end. So all the wiring's pretty much out. The brake reservoirs out, the washer bottles out, all that stuff's pretty much out. Gas tank, if I didn't mention that already. So got the front end pretty much all stripped out here. This car has definitely been painted at some point. So for those of you that are freaking out that I'm going to be somehow repainting an original paint car, this is not an original paint car. So, it's been painted at least once. I believe the original color of this car was actually ruby red, but it's had at least one respray during its life. So, it's not like we're painting an original paint car. And even if we were, that's what the owner wants. So they want it to be all new and pretty. And yeah, there's stuff like this on the car anyway. It's not like it was that great anyway. So did that, and yeah, started yanking out windows. So got all the windows out. All the windows on this car are really, really nice. I didn't see any major scratches at all. So hopefully we'll be able to use all the windows and not have to hunt down nicer ones. Really, really nice windows. The pop outs, really nice. The frames on the pop outs, really nice. The latches on them, just everything really nice. Went ahead and pulled out, the headliners out, some padding dangling down there, but yeah, pretty much got this thing almost fully stripped here, at least to the point where it's ready for our guy to start some body work on it. Still have to pull the running boards, and I will either pull the fenders, or sometimes he likes to leave the fenders on, but I'll remove most of the bolts, pull the beading out, and just leave them attached with like 1 or 2 bolts that are kind of loose. And then probably leave the lids, the front and rear lids on it for now, at least. And yeah, that's about it. So this thing is really about ready to start its bodywork journey here, after only having been in the shop for about half a week. So yeah, moving right along. You guys know how we roll around here, no pun intended. We like to keep projects moving, and this latest one to come in, no exception. So the thumbnail for today, I just keep forgetting to show this on my videos, and I don't know why. But Jacob came in today and spent some time working on his motor. So again, we upgraded the exhaust on it to this little Impy exhaust that's got a little it's basically like a little merged header, and then it dumps into I guess what I'd call like a log style muffler, but then it's got 2 kind of nice aggressive looking pipes in the pea shooter location. It does sit a little low on his car because his car's got some weirdness with how the motor sits in here, but that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, today he pretty much got the carburetors on. I think they're loose right now. They're just kind of mocked up, but yeah, manifolds are all bolted up. He assembled the these linkage mounts onto the carburetors and got the hex bar assembled and got it on. And so yeah, this thing's coming right along, and it's gonna look killer. It's already looking killer. Really love how this looks. Super clean, especially with the new sound mat back there and all the new powder coating and everything. It's just really looking amazing, and he seems really happy, more importantly. So yeah, just thought I'd give an update on this one. Probably about another week or so. Mostly letting Jacob do this. Obviously me or Rafa could finish this much quicker, but he's enjoying working on his own car, and he's learning a ton doing it. So it's okay that it's moving along a little slower than it would otherwise. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Pretty much just working on the EV and the 67 here, and then Jacob working on his 56 oval. So that is it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.